Owen Wilson clues us in more on his character Mobius and Mobius on Disney Plus's Loki. So tell me, how has it been being a part of this crazy universe of Marvel?
I'm Agent Mobius, by the way. How long have you been here? I don't know, it's hard to say. You know, time passes differently here in the TVA. What does that mean? You'll catch up.
Well, so far so good. When we started filming, I was not aware of, just sort of how kind of devoted the fan base is, and and the sort of the secrecy that Marvel, wants to kind of try to protect the stories, and so they can surprise people, and that was all kind of I began to really sort of appreciate how committed they were to that.
Yeah. And, the universe is very specific as far as how it deals with time and all these different characters. What were some of your initial questions just about time and Loki and this whole world that you were going to be stepping into?
Well, there was a whole sort of, encyclopedia on sort of the TVA and the way that that time kind of works, and it's complicated. So
Yeah.
it was, I had a lot of questions, and I think that actually when we sort of shut down the first time, before we resumed, I think they went back and sort of worked on some of the stories and stuff, just kind of, making sure to sort of shore up everything so it sort of was, logical.
Okay. In the first few episodes, we see how Mobius, he's such a student of Loki in some way, or a professor of Loki. And Loki's so manipulative, and he can see through a lot of that. And I'm curious if Mobius has his own manipulations that he is going to reveal in the show.
I think so. I think that it's sort of an ongoing chess match between Mobius and Loki, and I'm really trying to get him to serve my agenda, and the sort of that's a formidable opponent, the god of mischief. So what I have is the weight of the TVA behind me, and also the knowledge of his life that he doesn't have.
Does trust ever develop between them? Because again, the manipulation side of it, do they ever kind of see each other on that level as far as
I think
trust?
there is sort of an appreciation and sort of grudging respect when you're sort of stuck with someone the way they seem to be with each other, both trying to sort of serve their own agendas.
And I think he says in the second episode that Mobius has basically lived his life with the TVA. And so I'm wondering if does he see things differently once he gets out in the world a little bit more as he's following Loki around and they're doing this investigation?
I don't think it's so much that, because he's done that before. I mean, that's sort of been part of his job description. So I think it's, he's very committed to the TVA and its mission to sort of protect the sacred timeline.
Okay. And you and Tom are already getting some good buzz from people that have seen these first few episodes as far as you're working together. Was that something easy to fall into with Tom, or did it take some time for you guys to get to know each other?
No, I think it was easy for us to fall into. I think that, despite our backgrounds being so different, in some ways there was some sort of, some common ground, and just Tom, works so hard and is so, it's such a great character, and so he knows the character so well that it was just fun to kind of play off of that.
Assuming you've seen some of the episodes, what was your first reaction to seeing you in this universe?
Well, I haven't seen the episodes. I've just seen some of the trailers, and for me, it's kind of, I have to say, I sort of like Mobius's look and the whole TVA kind of, the suits they wear and the way the sets looked, and I just feel that visually, it was one of the most interesting things to work on, and those sets were just, I thought they were really, that really helped me kind of in the scenes.
How would you describe his relationship with Gugu's character? Because you see a little bit of their relationship in the first two episodes.
I feel like that, their relationship and the dynamic between them, it's a little bit like sort of a, wayward student with a teacher that trying to sort of cajole and kind of wheedle and get her to kind of go along with my ideas.
Okay. Do you think there's any kind of message about the world in Loki, or is it pure entertainment? How do you see that?
Well, I don't think it's it's trying to kind of a heavy message, but I think that maybe that some of the themes are sort of existential, kind of interesting themes about free will and predestination, and I think that's very much explored in this.
Okay. All right, Owen, thank you so much. Make sure to check out new episodes of Loki every Wednesday on Disney Plus.